Hey guys, sorry about that first video. I don't know why it didn't have sound, so hopefully this one does. Okay, so today we're still doing law of signs, but we're just doing them through word problems. So let's get started. Hold on, I don't want you to see this just yet. Okay, so let's read. Take a minute to read this. Remember that when we talk about, sorry, hold on. Okay, so when we talk about a shadow, let's just like notice a couple words in here. Shadows on the ground, right? That's the side, right, of the ground. Angle of elevation, that's always the angle that's in the corner of the triangle, the bottom corner of the triangle. And then here it says, up here, is the wording is a little confusing. It says a pole tilts away from the sun at an 8-degree angle from the vertical. Okay, so I know you may not know what that looks like, but that's why I drew it for you down here. So let's take a look. So there it is. It says, again, let's just go up and see what it says. It says a pole tilts away from the sun. So here's my sun. My pole is tilting away from it, right? From the vertical. That just means the vertical line. Okay? Again, the wording's confusing, but that just means a vertical line. So the pole tilts away at an 8-degree angle. So there's my 8 degrees. The 22-foot shadow is going to be on the bottom of my triangle right here. And then it says the angle of elevation. So again, that's the bottom of the triangle, the bottom corner of the triangle. Okay, so let's look at what else we know. In green, if you notice, I added the 82 degrees because when a vertical line is formed with the touches the ground, it makes a 90-degree angle. We already have 8 degrees of that 90-degree angle. So the rest is 82. And then, of course, I can find my 55 by saying 82 plus 43 and subtract from 180. All right, and then it says, how tall is the pole? I'm going to call the pole X, okay? And so I'm going to set up my law of signs. So there we go, my law of signs. Again, you can do the side over the sine of the angle, or you can do the sine of the angle over the side. It does not matter as long as you're consistent. So as long as I put my side on top and my angle on the bottom, over on the other ratio, the side has to go on top and the sine has to go on the bottom. You're going to cross multiply, and you should get it that it is 18.3 feet. That is that's how tall the pole is. Okay. All right. Let's try another one. This one's the only reason this one's confusing is because of the drawing. So again, I help you out with the drawing. Let's see, here we go. So it says this forest ranger at ranger station A sights a fire in the direction that says 32 degrees east of north. Okay, so let's think about what that means. I wrote that here. Here we go. It's 32 degrees east of north. So that just means this piece here is 32 degrees. Similar to the other side, it says ranger station B is 10 miles due east of A. Sights the same fire, 48 degrees, west of north, okay? So 10 miles, A and B are 10 miles apart, right? It says that 10 miles due east of A. So they're 10 miles apart, the stations. And then it's 48 degrees west, so we're going this way now. Okay, so that's my 48 degrees, that's my 32 degrees. I know that's a confusing picture, so I would not expect you to draw something like that. But now that it's set up, now let's use what we know. Again, we know that these are 90-degree angles. I put that in there for you, that it's the 90-degree angles. So you can find all the angles of the triangle. It says find the distance from each ranger station. And so I'm going to label this side B because it's across from station B. I'm going to label this side A because it's across from station A. Okay, so at this point, maybe you can pause it and you can do the law of signs to figure out the distance from each ranger station. And if you're back, here we go. So sign 58, notice I set them all up together, right? But of course, you're only doing 2 at a time. So you're doing this proportion first, right? And then this proportion after that, solving separately. All right, and you should have gotten A equals 8.6 and B equals 6.8. All right, and then let's look at the last one, the last example there is. So here I actually give the picture to you, okay? Here, you know, before we put that in there, I'll tell you how I got those. So here's the actual picture, and it says, okay, great. It says use the law of signs to determine the distance between A and C. Okay, so again, in my proportion, I'm going to call it B. That's the side, that's the distance between A and B, because little side B is across from angle B. And again, automatically, I would like to figure out what my last angle is, because I most likely will need it. So let's just get that out of the way. So we're going to do 40 plus 95 and subtract from 180. So I'm going to get that angle C is 45 degrees. So we'll put that right there, okay? And now I can figure out what the distance is. So I'm going to use my sine 95 over side B is equal to sine 45, because that's angle C, across from the 2. And we're going to cross multiply, and it makes sense, 2.82 inches. We know it's going to be bigger than 2, but not huge, right? So 2.82 inches. Okay, so hopefully we're okay there. Again, it's just the drawing of it that sometimes gets a little confusing. So let me show you really quick. Numbers 2 and 3 on the worksheet that I'm going to give you tomorrow, if you need to take a look back at this. The way let me redo this actually. I'm going to redraw this for you. So for numbers 2 and 3, your triangles are going to be a little bit different. It says something about like runners at a marathon, or something else, I can't remember. Oh, the angle of elevation to the top of a building. So the way I want you to draw it is like this. So they're going to say the angle of elevation from the top to the top of the building is something. Okay, so that something is going to go there. Then it's going to say, okay, well, it's going to, whatever it is, a car, I can't remember exactly, sorry. A car moves closer, or something moves closer, and now the angle of elevation. So now what you're going to do is you're going to draw another line to make actually another triangle. So whatever distance this is, they give you, and now your angle of elevation right here to the top of that building is something else, whatever that may be. And again, because it's a building, we know that that's formed a right angle. So, hold on, that. Okay, so that's what your triangle is going to look like, and it's actually going to be a two-step problem. You're going to be given this, and you're going to have to solve for this, okay? So you're going to have to figure out all of the angles, all the separate angles, so 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to have to figure out this little angle. You're going to have to figure out what this side is, okay, based on just this triangle here, and then you're going to figure out that side once you get this one. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always send me a text or send me a message through Google Classroom. Okay. And that's it. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.